don't know if we're back or not. They seem to be having some signal issues. I did see a red-tailed hawk, or at least what looked like one, in the tree, in one of the trees near the turkeys. 3 turkeys. We're going to drive a little bit further along, just in case there are any sandhill cranes in fields where we have seen them in the past. Please let me know if we're live. I'd appreciate it. Sandhill cranes. Gotta tell me if we're live or not. Oh, come on, come on. Okay. All right, good. Sandhill cranes, everybody. A little bit closer than where we've been seeing them lately. That's why we came here. That's why I bothered to come out here. Hold on, this is very uncomfortable for me. There. This is a much better look than we've been getting, you know, from on the Knox Marcellus Marsh, where they're usually much farther away. I have a feeling that, I don't know if they're spooked by us. I mean, we're not close, but they are skittish. Absolutely love sandhill cranes. Where are the rest of them? I'm missing something. This is why we came this way, because sometimes in one of these fields I'll see sandhill cranes, and it's worth the stop. Let's darken it just a little. There are also some Canada geese in the fields here. Boy, do I hate touch screens sometimes. Okay, I just want to make sure everything's up and running. And we may see more cranes at Knox Marcellus, you know, from East Road, but I'm very glad to be seeing these closer and, you know, better angle overall. So we've got 2 there and 3 here. I don't know if there are any more. I'll look with binoculars while you're looking. Here, I have to hold everything by hand. Oh, there are more. There are more. Quite a few more. I love them. We saw more last week at Knox Marcellus, from East Road, that is. And, you know, I don't remember how many there were. Actually, it's not that I don't remember. I'd never counted. But it's great to see them like this rather than, you know, from such a long distance as we were seeing them last week. I wouldn't mind if they were closer, but, you know, they are skittish, so I don't know how much closer we could really get. Beautiful birds. I love them, as I've said. And said again. The air is not completely clear, so it's a little hazy, could say. So that's part of the reason why I'm not giving you the very best look. But this is looking at them walking essentially directly towards us. It's a look I don't know if I've ever had that before. Do I love this or what? Absolutely love it. So, I mean, as I said earlier, you know, I was thinking about maybe not coming this way. But this is why we're here. I'm going to back up a little bit camera-wise just to see where everybody is. So these guys have gone in here rather rudely, I would say, but they're in there. And the rest seem to be walking over just to see maybe if I don't know why, but they are. Aren't they cute? Car coming. Something about the sandhill cranes, they are just so special. Beautiful. Any more? Anybody else? Hey, hey, hey. Let me back up a little bit, give you a look at what we're seeing here. That's everybody, I believe, and there are some in there. At least two that we can see now. So that's the edge of a cornfield. Car coming. You know, for me, I think I've seen them closer on one or two occasions. But, you know, this kind of thing makes the trip worthwhile. Can't get quite the focus I would like, partly because of, I think, you know, heat shimmer. Aren't they beautiful? We're going to stay on them all day, but I just love watching them. And who knows, there may be many more, you know, at Knox Marcellus. But my guess is we won't see them as well unless they happen to be in some of the other fields that are nearby. And that has happened. I have seen them in such fields before, and that's where I've had my closest looks. I'm not equipped for it right now or set up for it, but I mean, you know, I love to see them in flight as well, but this is nice to see. believe the first group was of at least 5. And then I don't know how many were in the second group that came over. Car coming in a moment or two. Let me hold things still and take a look with binoculars. There are a number of Canada geese here, which I have not shown you. And I'm just looking to see if maybe by any chance there are more sandhill cranes, but I don't see any more elsewhere. So it's really here primarily. Another car coming. The geese are up in various areas here. Just giving you a quick look. I believe I hear red-winged blackbirds. This has been a treat as far as I'm concerned. Come on out, you guys. Everyone wants to see you. Better. Come on. Let's go. Let's go. Come on. Today. What are we waiting for here? Okay. Absolutely beautiful. I am thrilled to see these guys. Again, if you're just joining us, we're looking at sandhill cranes. I believe there are 13 of them there. And, you know, they're fairly skittish, so I'm very glad, and we've seen them in this field before. I'm very glad they didn't like see us and decide to walk away, and I've seen that happen before. Is there somebody else? What's going on here? I wonder if there's somebody else in there that didn't come out, because I thought we saw 4 come out, and there had been, I believe, 5 before that. Maybe I'm wrong. Could be that all 5 came out, or who knows? Maybe these 2 are just ready to go back in. I don't know. In the meantime, let's look at this one. Okay, let's look at these 2 then. We're not close, so I mean, we're not getting super close-ups, but this one's a young one. Doesn't have the full red cap that the others have. Cute. Okay, let's hold on a second. Yeah, some are over here. I think there are 5 there. Looks like 3 there in the center. 5 there total. Yeah, I believe there are 13 total. Good to see. We're going to move along. Absolutely wonderful. Just going to take another quick look at everybody. We're going to move along pretty soon. I don't want to bore everybody. But this is a good place to go. And we may see more elsewhere, but we probably won't get the kind of close-ups. And these weren't super close-ups, but we probably won't get quite as good a look elsewhere. Love them. Okay, let's move on. Okay, the battery's kind of low in the other camera. That's why I bother to come this way. As I've said, you know, and more often than not, we come this way and we don't see anything, but every once in a while in one of these fields, there's something worth seeing. And considering the amount of time, it's not a big deal to get here. The biggest deal really, you know, is just making sure we stay connected. That's the toughest part. I don't see anything going on down here. So we're going to turn right around. Don't do this at home, kids. Hi geese, hi cranes, love you. Okay, now on to East Road. Could have, you know, taken the shorter route and skipped all this, but and gone entered East Road, you know, from the other end of it. But we would have missed the cranes. And we may, you know, if we're lucky, we'll see some cranes down. I do see a few crows, at least 3. You know, I saw some other birds on a line. I'm not sure what they were, sorry. According to my thermometer, it's now 55 degrees. We're going to have to move along, I think. If we want to have time to look around in Ithaca. Remember, I need time to get there. But, you know, as I've always said, I'm not doing this just so I can check off areas that I've visited, you know. To see the cranes, yes, that took time, but it was worth it. I'm here to see the birds, not to just say that I've been to various areas. Okay. With the naked eye, I don't see much going on down there. Oh, I see some white. I might see a great blue heron, too. Let's take a quick look with this camera. See how that gets us, how far that gets us. Come on, wire. Come on. All right, just quickly. It is a great blue heron, the first one we've seen today. I believe I'm hearing frogs down there. Those look like cormorants. See how low in the water they are? I'm gonna shut off the car. Okay, sorry. I believe I'm hearing some red-winged blackbirds and who knows what else. Those look like gulls from here. Canada goose there. Or two. More gulls. Swans. And is that a great egret? That looks like a great egret. First one we've seen of those today. A couple more swans. Looks like another great egret way out there. I'm going to take a moment and look with binoculars and see if it's worth staying here or if we should maybe head right back to Ithaca. Let me set things down and look around. Wow, I don't see much out there. Last week we saw a lot more activity here. Quite a few Canada geese last week. Might see another great blue heron. Maybe two. Maybe three. Okay, so it's like, I believe there are 4 great blue herons here, maybe. None of them are close, of course. I don't see any sandhill cranes. So you wonder if they're around, but we're moving on. Wonder if they're around or what the story is. Maybe they're, who knows, they could be in another field somewhere that they're very close. I don't know, but I'm very glad we took the time to see the ones that we did see, and we saw them fairly well. But I'll say in you know, every once in a while I've been fortunate enough to have a good look at them, you know, in a field nearby, right here near the road, where they've been much closer than they are typically down when they're down below in the marsh. Remains to be seen if they're really around, or maybe they are elsewhere. Maybe the ones that we saw last week flew on. I don't know. They may have migrated out of here already. Seems odd if that's the case, but just early for that. And I'm only, you know, I could spend more time looking at what's down there, but I don't, like I said, I don't want to waste time. You know, I want to get back to Ithaca, but I don't mind seeing things if there are things to see, but I don't want to waste time here. this field up ahead and to our right. I've seen sandhill cranes there before, but it looks like it hasn't been harvested, so maybe it's not their not their cup of tea. I see a mourning dove. And who knows, maybe those cranes that we saw last week have moved on. I don't know. Maybe they were early visitors, and maybe they continued on already. Anything's possible. All right, let's keep going. I'm not saying that there wasn't more to be seen there at, from East Road. Maybe an eagle would have come along, or maybe a harrier or something like that. But again, I'm concerned about the time. We haven't even had the end of a change in daylight savings time. That I can come up here during the winter, and if we have the kind of luck that we had last year, and we had some pretty decent luck. I mean, there were times we came up here and saw little or nothing, but there were times we saw, for instance, you may remember, we saw a large number of common mergansers. They were nice to see. I'm just going to drive through. I don't think I'm even going to stop and get out to look. I just don't have the time. Couple gulls overhead. Maybe 3. Tell you, when the wind is going through the car, not that it feels really cold, but it feels quite cool. All right, nothing exciting. Granted, that was a quick drive-through, I admit. Nobody's singing, no one's calling, no one's doing anything. I think we'll drive to Shockey Pool. Granted, I admit I can't see out onto the water very well from here. We'll drive to Shockey Pool. We'll just see if we happen to see anything that is going on. As I've mentioned, all we've seen, or all I've seen in recent weeks, is a lot of grasses, and not not much bird activity, because there may be activity, but you can't see the water. take a look, and then I have a feeling I'm going to tell you that we're shutting down right away. But, you know, I am going to get out of the car and just climb to the top of the platform, or closer to the top of the platform, and just take a quick look out there. In the air right now, I see nothing, or not much anyway. So, if you'll give me a moment or two. Ooh. Okay, wires are tight. I'll be back shortly. I have a feeling I'm going to tell you we're packing up. Ooh, mosquito. Is that a mosquito? Maybe not. It's on my windshield. I'll be back. As predicted, it's a big field of grass, essentially. So we are going to take a break. I'm going to head back to Ithaca, and I hope to start by somewhere around 4:30, somewhere around there. Okay? Okay, you guys have it. You've got the message. I will see you all in a little while. Bye, everybody.